Welcome to today's video, where we'll dive into the haunting world of Indonesian folklore. Indonesia, a country with over 17,000 islands, is not just rich in culture and traditions, but also in spine-chilling ghost stories. Today, we'll explore some of the most infamous ghosts that have kept Indonesians, and now perhaps you, awake at night. From the eerie cries of the kuntilanak to the hopping terror of the pocong, get ready to uncover the myths, the legends, and the chills. Number 1. Kuntilanak. Our first ghost is perhaps the most iconic, the kuntilanak. Known across Southeast Asia, this ghost is believed to be the spirit of a woman who died during childbirth. She's often described as wearing a long white dress, with her face obscured by her long black hair. Legend has it that the kuntilanak reveals her presence through the sound of a baby crying. Here's the creepy part. The louder the sound, the further away she is. But if it's faint, she's right behind you. In Indonesian folklore, she's often linked to revenge, targeting men who wronged her during her life. Locals believe that nailing a sharp object like a nail or a needle to the back of her neck will subdue her spirit. But let's be honest, who would dare to get that close? Number 2. Pocong. Next we have the pocong, also known as the wrapped ghost. In Islamic burial traditions, the dead are wrapped in a white shroud, tied at the head, feet, and neck. The pocong is said to appear when these ties are not properly untied during the burial, trapping the soul inside the body. What makes the pocong especially creepy is how it moves. It doesn't walk. It hops. Imagine being alone at night and hearing the faint sound of something bouncing toward you. Many believe that the pocong appears to remind people to pray or as a sign of unfinished business. While it sounds terrifying, some stories describe the pocong as more pitiful than menacing, as it's simply looking for someone to release its ties. Next, number 3. Moving on to something more monstrous, let's talk about the genderuwo. This ghostly creature is a large, hairy spirit believed to inhabit forests, abandoned buildings, or even big trees. It's often described as having glowing red eyes and a deep, booming laugh. The genderuwo is thought to be a trickster. Sometimes it plays harmless pranks like moving objects around. But other tales take a darker turn, describing how the genderuwo can shapeshift into a human to seduce unsuspecting victims. Some villagers believe that certain areas are cursed because they're home to these spirits, and disturbing their habitat can bring bad luck. Number 4. Tuyul. Now let's talk about one of Indonesia's most peculiar supernatural beings, the tuyul. Imagine a ghostly creature the size of a small child, with pale skin and a mischievous grin. Tuyul are said to be summoned by people seeking wealth. According to myth, those who adopt a tuyul use it to steal money from others. But it comes at a cost. Raising a tuyul requires constant offerings, and the owner is often trapped in a cycle of greed and fear. What's even creepier is that tuyul are said to be drawn to toys. So if you ever see a toy mysteriously moved in your house, you might want to double-check your savings. And there you have it, 4 of Indonesia's most chilling ghost stories. These tales aren't just scary. They're a window into the rich and complex culture of Indonesia, where beliefs about the afterlife and spirits are deeply rooted in tradition. What do you think? Which ghost gave you the biggest chills? Let me know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this dive into folklore, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more stories from around the world. Until next time, sleep well, if you can.